and he is our Director of Athletic Communications, and Tyler Cavalli, the voice of the Bulldogs, as well as everyone at 104.9 Max Country who cover Bulldog athletics. We're excited to have them just down the road and with us home and away. I think it's done a good job for our athletic department, our football program specifically, and we appreciate that partnership. I want to say thanks to our Director of Athletics, Devin Smith, and our Associate AD, Angela Muller. They do a lot of things behind the scenes to help resource our program and make Bulldog football what it is. I want to thank all of our coaches' families. They are on mission and in all of this with us together in a day that we're going to make a lot of predictions. I'm going to make one. I think that we will lead the conference in pregnant coaches' wives and diapers changed at Concordia football. Being part of an athletic department and a university that values family is something that's important to me, and I appreciate that about Concordia University and our athletic department. A year ago, much of our staff was in all new roles in our positions at Concordia, and as we head into the 2018 season, I feel like cohesion as a staff from last year, this year went from weakness to a strength going into 2018, and it's something that I think is hard work, but I think we have a very cohesive unit right now as a coaching staff. I'm excited about adding Reggie Corbin full-time. He and I will be coaching on the offensive side of the ball, and then Wes Coombs and Corby Osten are on the defensive side of the ball, and have high expectations for what we'll do as a group. We have a difficult job today putting together our preseason rankings. Last year, a number 5 team preseason went 2 rounds into the playoffs, and so I think it's a difficult job, but I think it speaks to the strength of this conference, and it makes this conference a lot of fun to cover and a lot of fun to be a part of. I think that the GPAC conference is very sturdy top to bottom, and there is not a Saturday off in this league, and I think last year was a good proof of that. At Concordia University football, we're building men through accountability, toughness, and authenticity. I believe those 3 traits are vital to the development of taking high school boys and helping them leave our program as men with college degrees who are prepared for life. 2018 season is filled with a lot of optimistic question marks. We believe this is the most ambitious incoming freshman class that we've had in a long time, probably in all my time at Concordia. We'll have to replace a lot of individuals, but we will have a unified locker room. We put a lot of work into putting together a unified locker room, and we're thinking that will be the strength of where we land. As far as our players go defensively, defensive back-wise, we lost a lot of talent from last year, but we have some promising up-and-comers. I think Caden Jameson is a good example of our player development. He'll be a senior this year. We expect him to earn a starting role. Darius McVeigh had a great spring ball for us. Those are names you haven't heard a lot because we've had such depth at defensive back, but they have tremendous springs. We put a lot of emphasis on defensive back play at Concordia, and we feel like we have a number of other guys who had tremendous spring balls and will contribute this fall. Wes Coombs, our defensive backs coach, does a phenomenal job with them. Corby Osten, our defensive coordinator, coaches our linebackers, and I think does. When I took the head job and had to hand the defense over, that was really a thing that I wasn't looking forward to. But I think that he's just done such a tremendous job, and I'm excited for what he's going to do with this unit this fall. We returned Lane Napier, a David City Aquinas grad from just down the road. He'll be a sophomore. He led our conference in tackles last year on a pretty good defense. Cordell Glaus is another kid from Palmer who is just really embodies everything that we're about. He's just kind of a shut up and work hard guy, and we're excited to have him healthy for senior year. Zach Walter, Derek Dahowski, Riley Bilstein, we just have a lot of blue collar kids who I think could all be starters in our linebacker group, and we feel like that's the deepest group on our team is that linebacker position. Ron Jackson, our defensive line coach, has done a great job in development with spring ball and over the summer working with our guys. I think Gary Newcoop is a name that we're going to be calling on a lot. Parker Johnson, Aaron Rudloff are both guys that we expect to have a lot of production out of. And then we're gaining a player from the baseball program who has one semester left of eligibility. I think he was he's in the record books in our baseball program, but Caleb Geiger is going to come play defensive line for us. We're really excited about that transition as well. Offensively, we return a 1,200-yard rusher in Ryan Durden. We're very excited about him coming back, and we think that we have a lot of depth at that running back spot coming out of our spring ball with A.G. Simba, who will be a redshirt freshman, and then Peyton Kidder, kind of providing a 1-2 punch. A lot of different styles in our running backs, and Vaughn Thomas is going to do a good job with that group, and we're excited about them. Offensive line-wise, Grady Cook is our returning starter with the most experience, and we have a whole slew of sophomores, and we expect to get we expect that group to play physical, do the simple things right, and Grady's a great leader, and we have a lot of young talent in that group that I'm looking forward to seeing develop. Wide receivers. Sam Brower has joined our staff and done a great job over the spring, over the course of the summer, working with our wide receivers. And Vince Beasley is, I think, one of the best representatives in this conference of what a young man can do and be. He serves a lot of the community, he does a lot of community service hours, and excited for him to have a breakout year. He's kind of been playing a secondary role to some other receivers, but Vince has done a great job preparing for this year, and we're excited to have to see what he does in his senior year. Lane Castaneda returns from injury, and he did a lot of good things for us early as a freshman. He's a gamer, and we're excited to have him, as well as another slew of incoming guys. Eric Small is going to coach our fullbacks and tight ends. Brady Fitzke and Stuart Colpin are going to be returning at tight end. We'll ask them to do a lot. They'll line up everywhere, and they will provide a physical presence on our offense. Along with our fullback, Dan Languish, who just got married this summer, so hopefully that's not too much of a distraction for him. And Robert Ferguson, I think they're two very versatile fullbacks and really good football players. Reggie Corbin's going to coach our quarterbacks, and we have not named a quarterback. We don't know who that will be. We hope to find out after the first couple weeks of spring or of fall camp. We feel like we will have someone emerge, and we will name a starter at quarterback. That is our plan. I'm excited about our 92nd year of Concordia football, and as a proud alum, I'm honored to coach it. I think that Concordia is a place that understands grace, and I'm a product of that grace and second chances. I have a deep love for our players and our team. I love coaching. I think football is one of the best ways to develop young men and teach them life lessons. I think exercising tough love is one of those things that you have to develop, and that's been probably the hardest and most difficult part of my job as a head coach, and the biggest adjustment, but an important one that I've had to make over the last year as I transition into this role. Everything we do is geared towards winning and developing men. And as a coach, I want to see all of them succeed individually, but most importantly, for me, I want to point them to where their identity is and where it can't be taken from, and that's a relationship in Jesus Christ. And that's something that's important to me and the people at Concordia. I'm very excited about this 2018 season, and I'm looking forward to getting started.